friends. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Great to see you back and so excited for a fantastic term 4. There are lots of really special things happening this term, like Awards Day and our special Rewards Day for people who try really hard to be self-managed all the time. I love our movie day. It's so exciting going to the movies, eating popcorn and celebrating a great year. So make sure you try really hard and keep making great choices so that you get to come with me. Remember that you are in charge of your own behaviour, no one else. You always have a choice. You can choose to do the right thing, or you choose not to do the right thing. If you keep choosing to do the right thing, then you'll be on your way to the movies with me in no time. Today I'm going to show you a special story. I really like this story because it's about having a growth mindset. You know how much I believe in having a growth mindset. Listen to the story carefully and see if you can see where the different characters have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset.
Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim. But his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad. Because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel. And 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor. But the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald! The animals all sneered. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool! Oh, Gerald, you're so weird. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So he crept off from the dance floor, and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing, and he looked up at the sky. The moon can be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on. But sometimes, when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. He threw his legs out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful, his mouth was open wide. I am dancing? Yes, I'm dancing. I am dancing, Gerald cried. Then, one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him, quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen! How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how!" But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love."
In the beginning of that story, Gerald had a fixed mindset about himself and what he was able to do. It was great that Gerald changed throughout the story, and by the end he believed in himself and was brave enough to try new things. However, all of the other animals also had a fixed mindset about Gerald. Instead of encouraging him to have a go and helping him to improve, they told him that he wasn't any good, and Gerald believed them. If they had had a growth mindset towards Gerald and believed that he could be a great dancer and tried really hard to help him, then that would have helped Gerald have a growth mindset too. It is really important to have a growth mindset about yourself and your abilities, but it is also really important to have a growth mindset towards other people too, and help people to get better at things. This term, when I'm coming around to your classrooms, I'd really like to see you showing a growth mindset towards each other. I'd like to see you encouraging people to try tricky things and helping your classmates with their learning. Have a great week, friends. Keep believing in yourself and believing in each other. I'll see you soon. From Larry.